Hey, my name is Chris Simwalker. If you don't know who I am the CEO and founder of Legiit.com. All right, let's rock and roll. For those of you under 35, rock and roll is a form of music. So there we go. All right, let me share my screen. Here is our schedule for today, February 16th, 2025. It's a Sunday. Mubashir says right pronunciation. Good. Morning, we think big. We think about our long term goals and how we're going to get there and what we're going to do today to get to them. And then we think about how we can do even more than that today to really push everything forward and get where we want to go. Then I check my 8 sleep, aura, and Morpheus metrics, although I haven't been checking Morpheus lately because it's a pain in the ass. You have to get up and put the chest strap on and put the thing on the chest strap and then lay there for 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes while it calibrates, and then lay there while it discovers it, and all it does is give you heart rate variability. So I don't use it that often. I had breakfast. I actually did the customer support interview before breakfast for the position that we have open and have likely filled now. I had a podcast scheduled for 11:30 with a lady named Gul Khan. We were going to record 2 different things, and she didn't show up. So hopefully that can get worked out afterwards. If not, oh well. I got to review my sales on Legiit and my purchases on Legiit. And I still need to hire a designer for a landing page for my unlimited consulting call offer. Excuse me one sec. Man, that is really salty. Then I had to prep for this live stream, which obviously I did, and then do this live stream. Then I need to review and reply to any messages. I know there's one I've left outstanding for a couple of days, and I feel marginally bad about that. Still haven't finished out doing my script outlines. Then I have dinner. Then I have another podcast at 6 p.m. and I need to go grocery shopping. And then I need to, and I did do this last night. I need to continue reading. And then I have my bedtime ritual. How did you get your first team member? Was it smooth or hard? Georgie was my first team member. And he actually came referred from somebody I was outsourcing to when that person went on vacation. He let Georgie pinch hit for them. And then when I needed someone full time, he recommended him. And so that's how. So no, it wasn't really that hard. In fact, I waited way too long to do it. All right. Let's see. Legit. So let's get into the 3 major updates that we've had recently. And one of them I've already shown on the live stream, but it wasn't isolated on the live stream. How did you find someone in Kolkata, India to work with you? I don't know that I have anyone in Kolkata, unless you mean Ritesh and Hardik. If so, oh, you mean you, duh. I found you on Legiit, I think. All right, so thing number 1 is, let's see, backlinks. You'll probably notice that we updated the category pages, the design on them recently, and it fucked up this. I'm going to have to go clean this up. It fucked up the formatting on that extra text down there. I guess that's what I'll be doing rest of today. Anyhow, you can see that we cleaned up the design, made it more crisp and more responsive. I don't think responsive is the right word, but yeah, so we did that, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago, and that's not one of the things I was going to show you today. What I am going to show you is the new layout of the individual sales page. And there's a few different things to notice. The buttons and things have sharper corners. Everything is just more modularized. I don't know if that's the right word. It's just cleaner looking. It's smoother. It's more interactive. But the main thing I want to show you is this. One of the complaints not really complaints, but I guess you could call it a complaint. People would give us in the past is they would come to a service and look at the reviews to decide if it was someone they wanted to work with. And they would see a bunch of reviews from individual freelancers. Not individual freelancers, individual customers all in a row, because we have a lot of customers that buy the same thing from the same person over and over and over again. And what would happen is the reviews would just be stacked. So one review from a review from one person would take up pages at a time. For example, this one had over 2,000 reviews of this service. So what we did was, instead of having them all display at once, we grouped them together by customer. So if you want, you can still go see all the reviews that person left. In this case, it was probably a bad idea to click all of that because he's left over 2,000. See, we're not even into 2024 yet. Yeah, my bad. All right, there we go. And that way you can see all the reviews that they've left. In fact, a couple today by one person. But it makes it easier to find individual reviews, or excuse me, individual people's opinions that way. So that's one thing we did. I think that will. You're going to be upset with what I got for you today, then. And anyway, I think that will make it easier for customers to make an informed decision, because this guy's got 2,700 reviews, but 2,300 of them. That actually doesn't add up. So I'm going to I guess it could be deactivated people, but 2,300 of them are from one person. So that makes it a little easier to get a good feel for how that service is performing. So it's something that'll really help our customers. Does anybody have any questions or thoughts about that? Where was it? Yash says it's clean and sexy. Thank you for noticing. I put a lot of effort into my appearance. But what do you think of the site? Thank you. No, our designers and developers do amazing work, and this is the best design we've had. So, and I didn't even notice that we moved this up there. That makes much more sense. So I'll give it a minute or two on that, and then we'll move on to our next update. That's nasty. The girl that works at Vitamin Shop, where I regularly shop, gave me this for free to try out, and it's very kind of her. But I hate to say it, but it kind of sucks. What if there was a way to contact the buyer? Dude, come on. You literally go to messages. That's how you send a message to your buyer, is you go to messages. Using React. Why, yes, it is. I know that's a programming language, but that's about all I know. But yes, I do know that's it. I don't really care if new sellers get work. I'm here to help customers. M says it looks better from previous. Wonderful. Thank you. Dev says when we buy something, we can earn 15. Yeah, I've shown that a couple times. But yeah, you're right. There's an easy way to get affiliate commissions. All right. Moving right along. Rabiel says, cheers, boss. Cheers, Rabiel. It says 2,300 reviews from one person. What if it says 5-star average or whatever? So customers, what do you? Oh, I see. I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Although I would imagine if somebody's bought over 2,000 times, they're pretty happy with it. But yeah, you're right. You have a good point there. So I will make a note of that. All right. Sorry, I'm making a note of that. You already asked that. Please don't ask questions twice. I don't know why people do that. Keith says, hey, Chris. Hello, Keith. All right. That seems to be all the questions or thoughts on that. So next I'm going to move up to the Legiit dashboard. Now, before I do that, and I want everyone to please answer me, how many of you are familiar with the Legiit AI dashboard? Just let me know in the chat if you've ever, if you're familiar with it or if you've ever heard of it before right now. And I'm going to hang on a minute before I move on because I really want to know. I think that'll be helpful information to me. Dear God. I guess that means that nobody wants what you're selling. Stick around and you'll find out. Creators Club says, how are you today? I'm good. SEO Rank 90 says, hello, boss. Hello, Mir. Always good to see you. I do agree if somebody purchased 20. But yeah, no, your point is valid. Hey, one of our top sellers, Ahmad. Hi, Chris. How are you? It looks awesome. Thank you. I'm great. Washer says, haven't used it yet. Yash says, I've heard about it. Creators Club says, not used. Only heard once of the dashboard. All right. That's kind of what I was afraid of. So I am going to make it my mission in life. Every live stream next week is going to be about that in one form or another. ClipMix says Legiit Dashboard is a nice tool. I know it really helps me for my client business. Wonderful. All right, I'll give it another second or two, and then we will get into the newest feature, which I have shown on a live stream before, but I want to highlight specifically because I didn't do that. So let me, I got some questions over here that I want to answer. All right. All right. So, Dev gave us our donation. Thank you, Dev. For those of you that don't know, I think, is it $10? I think it's set at. If you donate $10, if whatever it says, I'm pretty sure it's 10. If you donate, that will go to charity at the end of the month. All the super chats I get in February will go to a charity that I've decided I'm going to choose because I'm afraid somebody's going to nominate something controversial if I democratize it. So, yeah, but all that will go to charity and you will get a piece of Legiit merch for your donation. All right, let's continue on. All right, so next up, we're going to go up to the Legiit dashboard. And you know what I'm going to do? I know I've did that as part of the case study, but I think next week, every week we're going to, or every day we're going to talk about the dashboard a little bit and get some more eyeballs on it. But anyhow, 254 Jira Initiative Solutions says commendable work. Thank you. You're going to have to message support for that too, Heen. A lot of people asking that today. Somebody must have told them to. All right, let's go to the Legiit dashboard. Now, quickly, what this does is allow you to manage your websites and your businesses directly inside Legiit. And eventually, this is going to be your homepage on Legiit. But basically, you'll put in your website and it'll give you an initial score. You'll have an uptime monitor. Coming soon, you'll be able to figure out how to improve your score by just clicking a button with AI. You can connect your Google Analytics. It'll get some recommendations here, although that needs a little bit of refinement. There's a built-in to-do list that you can add or check off things. In fact, we've done this, so we need to check that off and that off. There's an uptime monitor, which, self-explanatory. Again, Google Analytics is built in. There is a keyword audit tool that tells you how to optimize your content. Bro, come on. You've asked this 3 times now, and I answered it. There's a social media caption generator. You can connect Google Search Console. There's a rank tracker built in, which, it looks like we've improved a little bit. It detects your backlinks for you. Right now, this site only has 3. And you can look at what you've purchased and see what you purchased, when you purchased it, when it's due, how much you spent, its status, and the invoice for it. And I really want to get this changed to say AI generated suggestions or something like that, because that's what these are. So there you go. That's the main page. That's not what I'm showing you today, but since almost nobody was familiar with it, oh, you're asking why? Because it's more modern and it's more, it's just better. To be honest, that's a bit beyond my understanding, but I'm just told that it's better. So now you can go over to recommendations. This is the AI recommendations, and this is your to-do list. Tell people about the Legiit dashboard. Save. And choose a due date. Save. Now you have that on your to-do list, so it'll help you stay organized. Online visibility is where your rank tracker is, and you can see we are making progress, aren't we? So yeah, that I'm pleased with the overall direction of that case study. This is your Google Analytics, so you don't have to log into Google Analytics and Google Search Console anymore. Same with Google Search Console, although there's really not any data on this case study yet. If you want, I can show you a different campaign with that and backlink history. And then here again, these are related to what you are looking at here. So this is the online visibility tab, and these are AI recommendations based on, lost my train of thought, based on what's going on in this tab. So there's again, now we'll go over to technical. Website analysis failed. Let me retry that. I don't think I've actually run that yet, so I don't know why it said it failed. But this is the keyword audit where it'll tell you basically your on-page stuff that you need to change. This I need to rerun this because we've made changes since then. But there's that. There's your page speed. Site is running fast. Your uptime monitor. And again, AI recommended services. So we'll come back to this because this takes a few minutes. And it may fail because we're doing it live. Reports, you can generate different kinds of white labeled reports, or you can put in your competitors. So for example, Pueblo Home Remodeling. Spell that right? No, not remolding. That's a bad thing. Remodeling.com. Location, United States. And add competitor. And we'll come back to that because it goes out and it finds some information about your competitor. Yeah, they actually need a little work, but I'll show you. So this is a PDF report. It just kind of gives you an overview of what's there. This, honestly, it needs to be updated because it just doesn't look right now, to be blunt. But, it's still got some good information there. And that report is a week out of date. So it runs once a week, but you can generate it manually as well. But insight is what the main thing I wanted to talk about today. So we'll come back to that. Then under tools, this helps you just create a nice looking social caption. And truth told, back when we invented this tool, it was when Instagram made it to where you couldn't put line breaks. They have since fixed that, but it'll still tell you how many words you've used, how many mentions you've used, and how many tags you've used. And you can kind of do that. Image meta helps you set the EXIF data on your images so you can geotag them and keyword optimize them and help them rank in Google Images, as well as help your Google Maps ranking, despite what other people tell you. And again, AI recommended services for the stuff that's going on in here on this tab. And then settings. New UI is love. Why, thank you. This is where you can change your goals for your site. You can set up the favicon, which I should do. You can set up your order tags, which is what I set up that one as. And that's over on that first tab where it tracks your orders associated with the project. That's how you set that up. And then you tag it on the stuff you buy. If you wanted, for some reason, wanted to disconnect Search Console or Analytics, you could. Here, if you want to make your rank tracker a little more efficient, you can set these defaults. You can also bulk update your rank tracker here. Report setting, if you wanted to put your own logo on the reports rather than the Legiit logo, you could do that there. All of that is free for the first 7 days, and then it's $7 a month per site. Or you can get an agency plan or a Legiit Plus plan and get more. So you can see I have numerous campaigns in here. And so let's take a look at this one so you can kind of see what Search Console looks like when it has some data in it. And then we'll come back and we'll check out the insights. In fact, maybe we'll do insights on this one. We are using different APIs for different pieces of data. Yes. Eventually, we'll also have a local rank tracker built in, although it does not at the moment. I think I have this in here twice. No, maybe not. All right. Do I have Search Console connected? I do. Thank goodness. So you can see this is what Search Console looks like when it's fully connected. You can look at clicks, compressions, CTR, position, and then you can go. I forget where it is. Is it under online visibility? You can go in more depth. I believe it's on online visibility. Yeah, and then you can get into it more, so you can see what queries are driving traffic to the site. Looks like those would not have been my choices, but let's see what's getting the most impressions. Freelance SEO specialist. That's a terrible click-through rate. Law firm SEO expert. Freelance SEO. Affordable SEO services for small business. Let's see what's getting the most clicks. Superstar SEO. How to turn off everyone. Best Fiverr SEO gigs. That's funny. And so on. So yeah, you can kind of do that. You can also look at the top pages. Yeah. Yeah, it is that old. We launched it in December of 2022. But we've been spending a lot of time making it better. And eventually it's going to be your personal homepage. And that's probably coming pretty soon, actually. So I think we have not done a good job of selling it. And going forward, at least all next week is going to be dashboard week because I'm pissed that so many people don't know about it. SEO report template is driving a lot of clicks, which is weird because its average position is 65. But anyway, you get it. Countries. This is really cool. It's like having analytics and a PM tool in one place. Yeah, exactly. Countries, devices. I don't know that anyone ever really pays much attention to that. I could be wrong. I probably am. But anyway, that's what that looks like. And let's see if technical finished on that other site. If not, we'll look at it on one that I know that it works. And it's just going to keep getting better, Sayun. It won't take any losses. There looks like there's a formatting problem here. Shaq, if you're watching, check this out, please. But basically, it gives you a bunch of different pieces of data. Something's fucked up here, though. I don't know what's going on. So, yeah, I'll have to pass that on. Maybe it looks better on one of the other sites. And then we'll look at insights, which is the new thing. And then we got one more new thing, and by then we'll probably be done. All righty. Let's see. Technical. Mark says I'm late to the party. That's all right. Yeah, something's broken here. Shaq, if you're watching, this needs some work. If not, I'll DM you afterwards. Alrighty. Now let's look at the Insights tab. Even I was surprised to seeing SERP Tracker that $2 and $7. So many keywords. For so many keywords, usually rank trackers charge $5 limited. Paying $2 extra gives you so much value. That's a great point. Well, maybe it's needing to load. Give me just a sec here. Pretty sure this tool saves dollars by having them all in one place. Yeah, that's one of the many benefits of it. Plus, it has things that you'll see in a moment that you just don't get elsewhere. So, sorry, I'm just sending a message. Let me just refresh. All right, well, let's go to one that we know is working. This one we looked at the other day. I believe it was this one. show us cat videos while it's loading. I want you guys to be productive. Insights. Oh, come on. Well, those of you that were watching the other day got to see it. I'll get this fixed and we'll work on it tomorrow, I guess. Is loading. Sorry, I'm just putting in a bug ticket so it gets fixed promptly. So I guess we'll have to look at that tomorrow. All right. So what we'll do instead is I'll leave that open in the background, and maybe it's just getting hung up or something. But we'll look at the next thing. Now, some of you aren't going to like this, but it's for the best. And let me give you some background. Some look, our major goal. Dude, come on, don't be rude. There's nothing wrong with the speed. It's your connection that's the problem. Don't be rude. I know that you're just trying to help, but there's a way to phrase things and a time to say things and a place to say things. Well, that's the problem with your internet connection. I'm literally navigating the site live right in front of you. So that's your problem. So please, if you have a technical problem, use customer support. Don't use it when I'm on a live stream with 50 plus people. So because I can't take, there's too many variables for me to do anything about that. And it's kind of the way you put it was a little not great. No, actually, it doesn't. The problem is you. You've literally watched me live. You're starting to piss me off now. You literally watched me live navigate the site. So the problem is yours. If you have a technical problem, use customer support. Okay? Like, I know you're trying to help, both of you, but just do me a favor and, think about what you're saying when and what you're watching, okay? I love you. I appreciate you spending your time with me. I appreciate you supporting Legiit. You're both here regularly. I just want you to think about the way you're approaching it, okay? So anyway, let's did that ever load? Yeah, there must be a problem with that module. We'll get that fixed and show it tomorrow. Anyway, let me give some background. So our goal at Legiit is to have a platform that every business on earth can use to plug in their business, get all the information they need about it, see what's working, see what isn't, track it, and get everything they need so they can grow to whatever heights they want to grow to. Okay. To do that, we have a few challenges that we have to overcome. The first is to get them the information they need to begin with. And that's kind of what the dashboard I just walked you through, which, by the way, loaded perfectly fine for me, is all about. Okay. And that's an ever growing thing. So that's what that's about. To do that, we have a few different challenges we have to overcome, though. Cameron says there's no problem with speed. I am driving properly. Thank you. And that has some of those problems. I shouldn't say problems, but obstacles are things that are my fault for not anticipating in the first place. And some are just kind of, just things you find over the course of running a business. One of the problems is a good problem, but still a problem. And the other one is, well, it's an annoying problem, but it's something that we have to do if we're going to help as many customers. Now, if you're a freelancer, you might be thinking, the hell do I care about customers? And that's the problem. The better the site is, the better the value that we offer, the better that good freelancers will succeed. Ask yourself why I should if you're not talented, why I should send my customers to you. So keep that in mind as we go through. So the two problems we have, the first one is what I call the Netflix problem. And what that means, if anybody ever has Netflix and you want to watch something and you turn it on and you're just scrolling or clicking or whatever you want to call it for hours on end, trying to figure out what you want to watch, and you can't find anything, and you end up not watching anything because there's so many options. That was a piece of feedback we got from our customers a lot. Was I looked at your site and there's so many things I want to try, but I don't know what to try, which is another problem, by the way. So I didn't buy anything. So we have to make sure that our customers are seeing only the things that they want and things that will benefit them. So to do that, we have to have a much higher crop or quality of freelancer, and we have to reduce the number of duplicate services and the number of choices people have that aren't going to serve them anyway and are just going to confuse them because it's not leading to sales anyway. So why give them a bunch of options when they're not choosing anything? You know what I mean? So that's problem number one. The other one is, and some of this is on the customer, but it's still our problem to solve, is they either don't know what to buy because they don't understand how to do something or how to do what they need, which is part of the dashboard and other tools and training we give. But they also, or they go and they buy things that don't work. So we have to make sure that the things that they buy, that they have every opportunity to know what they buy will work. Or, so we can only educate so much with it being self-serve, but we do our best there. And we also need to remove, ones, not remove, but make it harder to find ones that won't benefit people. Now, the problem with that is everybody has a different opinion on what works. There's stuff on here that I use that people have told me do not work. And there's stuff that people tell me does work that I don't use and don't think works. And, with marketing and things like that, it's subjective. So we had to make an attempt to square that circle. So instead of just me being the ultimate arbiter of what works and what doesn't, we have come up with a composite of solutions. And that is what I'm going to talk about next. So one moment, please. All right. So Craig with a donation. Craig, message, thank you for your donation. That will go to charity at the end of the month. Not a girl named Charity, a charity. I'm going to keep making that joke, even though nobody thinks it's funny but me. But that will go to a charity at the end of the month. And if you message Legiit, well, first of all, go to shop.legiit.com to choose the merch of your choice. If it's a clothing item, think about what size you need, and then just message Legiit support and tell them that you donated and you'd like this piece of Legiit merch in this size shipped to whatever your address is. So thank you so much. It will go to a good cause. All right. So what we have done is made it so some people's services will not show in search or in categories until they meet certain criteria. Now, the criteria are still being sorted out and they are updated algorithmically. But they will, however, still be available directly. And eventually, once they meet those criteria, they'll show up in the subcategories and categories and search. So I wish I had one that I knew wasn't showing, but previously, I feel like I'm one of those voices at the beginning of a show. Previously on One Tree Hill, Dan did something awful. My service was on the first page, and now why is it missing? It doesn't meet the criteria that I'm talking about. So if you want to put your username in, I'll show how it shows directly and so on. But before we had, I don't know, 50 to 75 pages. I really don't remember. It was a lot. And it was mostly the same kind of thing, mostly just citations. Now we have optimized it down to 9 pages. And man, it kills there we go. 9 pages of services that people will either benefit from or from freelancers we know are good or have proven themselves via other methods. And again, we will have pages with the specific criteria. We're still working that out. But, by the way, another thing is GIFs now work as your thumbnail, whereas before they didn't, before we switched to React. So there will be less services showing, and let me see if I can find your username rank more. One of the reasons that you don't show is your username is too generic. One moment. I'm trying to find someone who I can use as an example. Let's see. All right. Let me sorry, I've got too many tabs open as usual. Where is my StreamYard tab? That's not it. Nope. Sorry, guys. I've lost the tab to navigate the chat. There it is. Holy crap. That was embarrassing. All right. So, yeah, so that's what we've done. Rank more. What's your username? Instead of just asking a question, can you maybe answer mine? Anise, how's it going? A purge is coming. It's already started. Legit Plus members have the option to check. We don't have gigs, so no, there's no way to check your gig performance. But there is a way to do that with Legit Plus. Although, frankly, I don't really want you spending your time looking at your analytics. That's something that this has revealed to us, that one of the reasons freelancers are failing is because they're sitting around, dicking around, looking at their search results and the categories and stuff instead of like trying to get business. So that's one of the reasons that if you're asking why you're not getting orders, that's part of why. Is you're probably sitting around tinkering with trying to figure out the algorithm and seeing where you show up in categories and in search and all that crap instead of like trying to grow your business. So anyhow, let's thank you for Rank More. Let's take a look. Rank More. So you can see if you go directly to Rank More's profile, he shows up. He says he was showing on the first page SEO package. I really don't see how that's possible. If it was, it's because there just weren't enough showing, because you've only ever had 19 orders and only 4 recently. Right now, the algorithm has determined that your services are not interesting to our customers. So that tells me that you need to work on your services, you need to work on getting some sales for yourself, and then your stuff will show. So that's why. I don't know what that emoji means. You have COVID? So that's why your services aren't showing. Right now, they don't deserve to. They aren't helping our customers. So you need to work on making them better and getting more sales for yourself. Because right now, I could send all the traffic Legit has to this page, and it still wouldn't get you any sales. You haven't filled out a cover photo. You can't see what your logo says. You have generic looking thumbnails that you may have gotten from somebody else. And your services are very, very basic. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm trying to help you. That's why you don't show up in search right now. So hopefully that answers your question. And again, each subcategory has its individual criteria based on what we see as far as people's interest. And that will evolve over time. If for some reason you think your services should be shown, then you can message support and they will analyze it on a case-by-case basis. Right now, rank more, your services don't deserve to be shown. I've just explained to you why. Okay, you have the package you're talking about. I assume it's this one. You've gotten 2 orders, and I bet they were ages ago. And your point here kind of proves mine. You've had 2 sales on one day from the same customer, and that's not good enough. That tells me that you are. That tells me that people are looking at your service because it was showing on the first page and choosing not to use it. So why should I take up that space when there's something that might benefit customers more? Again, I don't want to pick on you, but you happen to be here, and I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, because I want you to get better and to excel. And right now, people are looking at your services and not buying them. So I think the gun thing probably doesn't help, because I look at that and I don't think, hey, this is about SEO. I think this is some direct to DVD movie from the early 2000s. That's just my opinion, though. But that's a great example. So again, I'm very sorry, Rank More. I'm sure you do what you do well. It's just not what our customers want. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that everyone understands that. Now, we will be publishing eventually the criteria once we get it fully tweaked. This is still being implemented. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that. I'm a little bummed that this didn't load. It was loading the other day. Some of you were watching when I demonstrated it. So we'll have to see what's going on there. Let me check. Lost my train of thought. Let me check and see if I missed any messages anywhere. All right. So yeah. So some of you, I'm like carrying on conversations in different places, and it's just, I'm getting confused. Also, an image much, I don't, oh, you mean well, actually, believe it or not, these, I don't get it, but these infographic type things sell, they tend to convert well for people like, I think Rank Jacker has one. I know someone that has one. Brady Bear. Okay. Like, this is one of her big sellers. SEAL Team 6. Yeah, see, this service sells well. So I think it's just a matter of optimizing it or whatever, like figuring out what's not working about it. But right now, people just don't want what you're selling. The individual review summary for service pages is an observation. The reviews in the tab are sending order instead of. I don't make oversights. It was a choice. You're saying that it should be most recent to least recent. That probably does make more sense. So we'll look into that. Yeah, that probably does make more sense. At Craig, I don't know if you're still watching, but let me know if you can get to the merch store. Okay, if not, I will. I'll just manually show you what we have, and I already sent in a bug on what you sent me, so I think it's probably fine. But yeah, sorry about that. All right, if any, that was what I wanted to show you guys today. If anybody has more questions, more comments, whatever, let me know. I again know that this is not going to make everyone happy, but I don't care. What I want is to help customers and businesses, and this will work for what they've told us they need. No, I mean, I don't know. I've never seen that, but I don't think so. This is more about figuring out who your customer is and how you can talk to them and things like that. Oh, uh, dash. Um, I'm really bummed that that didn't load. It was loading fine the other day. Let me try a different site. The technical tab is probably closer to that, although I'm not familiar with that tool. I have too many tabs open. Let's try. I'll be leaving exams tomorrow early morning. It's already 2. Why, thank you. Hello, Kasim. Let's try this one. If there's no more questions, though, I'm probably going to wrap up in the next 5 minutes or so because that will be the hour mark. Yeah, I guess something's just not loading right. Well, that's disappointing. Can we run Facebook ads using our profiling? Yes, sir. I assume, sir. Yes, yes, please do. All right, one moment, ladies and gentlemen. All righty. Oh, another donation from Craig. Craig, were you able to see the merch? If not, I'll send it to you elsewhere. I think that that's probably just an error, but it could be wrong. No, I wasn't able to. Okay, I'll bring it up right now then. Dismiss. Shop our gear. If you just want to tell me, like you can just DM me what you want. And thank you for another donation. Like I say, that will go to a good cause. I'll try to pick as neutral of a good cause as possible. Yes, although we don't have gigs. Unfortunately, the young lady is not one of the options that you can get, but you can get the hat. And if anybody has any other questions, now is your time. We're kind of done with today's content. But all right. Well, I think we are okay. Large black hoodie it is. And you can just DM me your address and I'll get them to ship it out post haste. But tomorrow and all of next week is going to be dashboard week. I am going to figure out a way to show you everything. Maybe we'll set up one from the beginning. I know I've done that before, but maybe we'll spend a week doing that. You ruined Craig's failing after telling truth about it. We didn't do a giveaway this time, but we are doing, if you want some legit merch, we are doing donations for charity in exchange for legit merch. It's $5. And at the end of the month, everything I get from Top Chats will go to charity, super chats, whatever they're called. It says Top Chat there, but like I guess the thing is called a super chat. But we didn't do a giveaway this time because we're trying to help a good cause. So the money will not go to me. I don't need the extra $5 or $10. But yeah, no, we didn't do any giveaways this time. We'll do the one of those soon though. But yeah, that's it. Thank you to, I believe it was Craig and Dev, who were both donated to our charity today. It's a little hard to show this because of the infinite. Let me just refresh. Maybe that'll help. You don't have super chat option? Well, if you want, you can, we can work it out elsewhere. But yeah, I mean, we'll figure out a way to get you some merch. All right, I think that's gonna do it though. But yeah, Bailey, just if you're on Facebook, just message me, and I'll figure something out for you. But anyway, just yeah, that's it. We'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what time because I haven't got my schedule from my lovely assistant yet, but we'll be back with something. So my brain's kind of cooked. My social battery is on E. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for spending your time with me. We will go over what we went over again today throughout the week. And then the upcoming week, we'll check in on our case study. There's not a lot to really do until the orders get done. So we'll just check on that. And then the rest of the week will be dashboard week, where I can show you just how wonderful this particular tool is and what you've been missing because I've done a shit job of telling people about it, apparently. So, all right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I know you could have spent your Sunday doing just about anything, and you chose to spend it here with me. I'll never take that for granted. I'll always appreciate it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Until tomorrow, figure out what you want out of life and go out. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Please subscribe on YouTube. I'm doing my best to grow my channel and provide value there. So your subscription helps me out a lot. And until tomorrow, figure out what you want out of life and go out and get it because you owe it to yourself and you owe it to the world. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.